Have you ever wondered why we see ghosts? Maybe they have a message for us? Or maybe they're trapped, unaware that time has moved on without them. Some stories speak of comforting visits from lost loved ones. Others, of shadows that bring nothing but fear. I've had my share of unsettling encounters, but the one I'm about to share has haunted my nightmares for over 17 years. Even skeptics may find themselves checking the dark corners after hearing this. I was 11 the first time I saw her. My parents were out, and I had ordered Scream on pay-per-view. It played on a 24-hour loop, and during my second watch, I got up to grab a drink. As I neared the stairs, a shadow caught my eye. I froze, took a breath, and kept walking. Returning to the basement, the air felt ominous. The room seemed darker. As I settled back on the couch to watch the rest of the movie before bed, I noticed a strange silhouette standing near the bathroom door. I focused my eyes, trying to confirm what I thought I saw. I blinked and it was gone. Boy, this movie was really creeping me out. Then I heard it, the soft whisper of a young girl at first, followed by a louder command,
"Let's play."
I have 2 older brothers, so I flipped on the light, expecting to catch them playing a trick with a flashlight or a tape recorder. These are the same brothers who once hid a toy record player in my room blasting train sounds, and then threw me in with the lights off, holding the doorknob so I couldn't get out. Needless to say, teasing me during a horror movie wouldn't be out of character for them. Silence. I figured I was just overtired. Curling up on the couch, I felt my eyelids growing heavy as I finished the movie. Just before drifting off, I heard Ben's bedroom door creak. Then I got the sense something was watching me. I tried to shake it off. I just wanted to sleep. Finally, I heard something breathing heavily and slowly. At first, I thought it was me, psyching myself out, so I held my breath for a moment. Nothing. Swearing off slasher movies forever, I turned to face the back of the couch, hoping it would help me sleep.
Can you play now?
The question came from lips no more than a few feet from the couch. I stood and quickly marched upstairs to my room, praying I could just fall asleep and leave this behind. Unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky. 30 minutes into my restless tossing, I was startled by the sound of my bedroom door opening gently. Jolting upright and opening my eyes, I froze as I saw in the corner a young girl with long black hair, about 6 years old, in a once-white nightgown. She stared at me with dark, unblinking eyes and a wide smile. It was the kind of smile you muster for a family photo, forced and false. I tried to open my mouth, hoping to scream or cry, anything to scare her away. Before I could decide, she raised a bony finger to her still smiling lips and whispered,
"Shh. Now it's my turn to hide."
Silence. I wasn't ready to open my eyes. My mind raced, unsure if I was awake or asleep. Before I could decide, a soft tug pulled my wrist.
"They're gone now."
"Will you play with me?" The same soft voice I'd heard in the basement. It wasn't angry or creepy, if anything, scared. No longer feeling threatened, I opened my eyes. A horrible mistake. She stood inches away, covered in blood but with no wounds. Through the gore I saw the frills of her torn crimson gown. The more afraid I became, the more pleased she seemed. Turning to run, I made it a few steps before tripping. I woke on the living room couch. I knew I'd fallen asleep in my bed, but with a history of sleepwalking, it wasn't a surprise. I turned on the TV and watched infomercials until dawn. I wanted to tell my family what was happening, but I was famous for stupid nightmares. Nobody would believe me. I had to handle this alone. That night, before bed, I knelt by my bed and clasped my hands in prayer. Dear Lord, I need your help. Something evil won't leave me alone. I don't know why it chose me. Did I do something wrong? Please, Lord, stop this. I'll never ask for anything else. Amen. I was free of dreams for 2 nights. Maybe prayer helped. On Saturday, a few of us got together to play street hockey. After a couple of hours, someone said, "Let's go to Cherry Hill." That cold chill raced up my back. "I think I'll stay here," I said. They didn't want that and begged me to come. We hopped on bikes. We stayed near the entrance, building ramps from leftover boards. I wasn't excited about going near the trestle, but figured there was strength in numbers. We pointed out spots for forts. "There's a good spot," I said, pointing at a dirt wall with a dugout area. I was quickly outvoted. Someone else had claimed it. We headed down the trail toward the water. "This spot's too open," I said, hoping for the best. But everyone ignored me, heading to the lookout ledge. As I neared the ledge, something pulled me in. Glancing at a tree, I saw letters carved in the bark. Shh! I was done. No fort for me. I jumped on my bike and sped home, still shaking. I refused to answer when friends came to check on me. I cried and cursed the ceiling. "Why won't you help me?" I begged. "But you didn't." I sobbed until sleep took. My next nightmare was, strange. I watched an old farmhouse just falling apart, but only through pictures. There were children playing outside, totally oblivious to the decay around them. Then fewer kids showed up in the pictures until just one remained, a sad girl just staring at the ground. Her sadness, it turned to anger, and then resentment. The background started to darken, and her eyes, well, they met mine. Her lips curved into that familiar grin. She knew I was watching. Still, she just stood there as the wind blew through those bare trees. Suddenly everything went dark, and I heard this whisper.
What should we play next?
I avoided my room for nights always, finding reasons to stay up. Even though I was scared of meeting her in the dark, it somehow felt safer than seeing her in my dreams. She manipulated me there. I couldn't look away. I found out that sleeping during the day kept her away. The light, it made me feel safe. I had nearly forgotten her when she visited again. Weeks passed. I slept in my bed again. This final encounter was the creepiest, and what I call the last, since later dreams were just echoes. I woke to curtains blowing in the wind. That was odd. My allergies meant I never slept with windows open. I heard faint laughter outside, like a canned children's laugh track. Trying to sit up, I realized I couldn't move. Paralyzed, I was lifted from bed and placed standing on the floor. This time, I didn't feel she knew I was there. Mesmerized, I watched for nearly a minute before snapping out of it. I wasn't in my room anymore, but in a girl's bedroom. Walls bright with pink, purple, and yellow, princess dollhouses, Barbies, and dresses scattered everywhere. I stood in the middle, unable to move as the door flew open. The same girl ran in crying. She didn't look at me. Had she seen me? She jumped into the closet, locking eyes with me. Footsteps grew louder. She whispered, "Shh!" Who was she hiding from? Why was she crying? A tall man in a baseball cap, red shirt, and jeans burst in. Come out wherever you are!" She stared at me, tears streaming. I tried to ask who he was looking for, but he ignored me. Couldn't he see me? Where the hell did that girl go? Despite his sweet words, I knew his intent was cruel. She was terrified. Her eyes told a story of fear and sadness. I panicked. "Leave her alone!" I yelled. My shouts fell on deaf ears. It was no use. She turned to look at me, and I began to feel lightheaded, as if losing oxygen. Darkness took over, but I heard faint cries of a scared girl. Then wet gurgling sounds, followed by a whisper close to my ear. "Shh!" I woke sobbing. Though nightmares come and go, I haven't seen her since. But I still feel her presence. I've searched libraries and archives for a missing girl or a man in a cap. I believe the decaying house in my dream was the crime scene, long gone now. Maybe it's best to leave it alone, but the question haunts me. Was I just a kid with an overactive imagination, or was a frightened girl reaching out for help I failed to give? Sweet dreams.